Could Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi have a cameo in Solo, a Star Wars story? Disney's Han Solo standalone film is set for release in May, and with almost no promotional information released so far, we're all pretty damn curious what exactly the film is going to be. Based on what information we do have, could we see Obi-Wan's familiar Jedi face in the film? Now, before we dive in, we've got to warn you that this is the thinnest of speculation. We're talking razor thin, waffle thin meat thin. That said, there does appear to be enough evidence to make you go, huh? Now, we are speculating about Solo's plot and characters, so just realize potential spoilers could lie ahead. Okay, if you're still with me here, in August of last year, it was confirmed that a standalone Obi-Wan film is in the works with The Hour's director Stephen Daldry rumored to direct. We previously reported on this show that Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan in the prequel trilogy, has publicly stated many times that he is very interested in returning to the series as an older Ben Kenobi. You might remember that McGregor briefly reprised the role of Ben Kenobi for a few lines of VO heard in Rey's Force vision in 2015's The Force Awakens. And as recently as a few days ago, in an interview at the Golden Globes, McGregor said, "There's a lot of talk, and I'd be happy to play him again, but I don't know anything more than you do." Yui, baby, really? Is it just talk, or are you trying to pull a Jedi mind trick? On Instagram, we've seen a few pictures over the past few weeks of him working out with the creator of P90X. He was at the Golden Globe sporting a beard that was so Ben Kenobi that he might as well have been wearing a brown robe. And he even showed up last month unannounced at the El Capitan Theater at 2 in the morning to introduce Revenge of the Sith in our Star Wars marathon. Either Ewan is performing the most "notice me senpai" move in the history of films, or something's up. Solo is having another round of reshoots later this month. The timing of a recently very Obi-Wan looking McGregor attempting to get into shape while simultaneously trying to reinsert himself in the Star Wars news cycle could be a sign that we'll be seeing him make a surprise cameo in the film. Also, Screen Geek reported in December that a source close to Solo's production said that Disney is expecting the movie to fail at the box office. The film's production has been, to put it lightly, troubled. And if Disney wants to inject the film with a little more excitement, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan would be a way to do it. So what would an Obi-Wan cameo in Solo even look like? Now, Solo is rumored to take place 5 to 10 years before the events of A New Hope. When Han Solo and Obi-Wan met in the Mos Eisley Cantina in Episode 4, it seemed like this was the first time the characters had interacted, but what about Chewbacca? The old dusty Jedi and everyone's favorite Wookiees seem to be fairly friendly with each other, which leads us to believe that they weren't complete strangers, and if that is the case, Solo could show their first meeting. But why would Han Solo and Chewbacca end up on Tatooine in the first place? 3 words, y'all. Jabba the Hutt. Now, we all know that Han Solo and Jabba share history, but we have also seen Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jabba meet in the Clone Wars. Plus, in the comic canon, we have seen Obi-Wan up against Jabba's thugs time and time again in the years between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Now, this all means it's possible that Chewie and Old Ben could have crossed paths on Tatooine while dealing with some Jabba the Hutt drama. Razor thin, sure, but not too bad, and it's actually pretty possible. In December, it was reported that the rumored Obi-Wan standalone film will start shooting in January 2019 at Pinewood Studios, and if we're Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy, this year's Solo film looks like a great place and time to bring Obi-Wan back into the fold. And remember, Disney has set a precedent for sprinkling Easter eggs to help connect their Star Wars films. See the reference to hyperspace tracking in Rogue One, leading to the use of that technology as a major plot point in The Last Jedi.
Hyperspace tracking?
Now, our leads on Ewan McGregor's potential Obi-Wan cameo in Solo are very thin, and we're definitely swinging for the fences with our speculation, but if you look at the evidence, it could be a possibility. Or they could just pull a Rogue One and recreate Alec Guinness using CGI. But what do you folks think? Will we see Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan cameo in Solo, a Star Wars story? Are you excited about Han Solo's standalone film? Let's discuss. Also, be sure to like and subscribe, and hey, do you wish Nerdist had one of those roundtable shows where 4 very intelligent people debate the finer points of pop culture in a humorous and insightful setting? Well, so do we. But until we get that show going, why don't you just sit back and watch Nerdist News Talks Back? It's our daily show where we break down the latest in entertainment. You can catch it every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, except for today, since it's a holiday.